How's it going, everyone? Luxeley here, and you might be wondering, hey, where have you been? Where the have you been? Well, a few people did ask, and I want to give you guys an explanation, because for 3 years, I've made at least 3 videos per week, and in the last 3 months, pretty much nothing. And you guys do get an explanation. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys here. I was abducted by aliens. They came, they conquered, they took me to their home planet. They forced me to play vanilla WoW and level to max level, level 60, as a resto druid. No, it was horrible. It was horrible. And then they absolutely made me sit there and play the game with chopsticks. True story. Speaking of demon hunters, actually, the truth is, I was having a lot of fun playing Legion and a lot of difficulty deciding on a main class or what I was going to predominantly play. So I kind of dabbled with Warlocks, and I said the ramp-up time is just way too slow. It's just way too slow, regardless of what you choose, Affliction, Destro, and most certainly Demo. That ramp-up time is just too slow. By the time you cast this and cast that and get to 4 or 5 shards, you're dead. You're dead. In PvP, of course, I'm speaking. Blizzard made a change where they defaulted the soul shards to 3 as opposed to 1, which is actually a very good change for Warlocks, and I revisited the spec, been playing some Destro, and very much enjoying it. I also kind of went to the dark side and dabbled with a Demon Hunter. Now, I'm not very good at melee, and I found a new appreciation for people who play melee because it's very different than playing a caster. Melee, you have to get into the fray to do damage, and when you do that, you kind of have a bit of a problem because you're facing sometimes 1v3 or 2v3, and you're getting stunned and all kind of CCs, and then you have those caster guys, you know, guys like me, on the outskirts wreaking damage as I lay into this warrior. Yeah, boom! 800k! Thanks for playing, bro! But the fact is that I understand melee now a lot better, having played a Demon Hunter, and I also learned the value of using roots, especially against the Demon Hunter. Now, this might change as they kind of make some changes to Vengeful Retreat or propose possible changes, but right now, as it is, you can pretty much neutralize a Demon Hunter with roots because they can't get into Metamorphosis, and a lot of their abilities require them to jump up, like you just saw them jump. So it kind of neutralizes them. It really does. It's very frustrating for them to be in roots. You're gimping their mobility, and the classes that do this best are any given druid and a DK, because you pretty much have ranged roots on demand, especially a druid. So I learned the value of roots, and stepping into playing a Boomkin, which they streamlined the rotation very much, and they made it very, very fluid, and you have roots, and I've just been rooting like crazy and having a blast. It's just so much. I just love playing a Boomkin. And I also find myself very hungry and ordering a lot of pizza, but it's just a lot of fun. So I was very conflicted. I didn't like Demon Hunter. Not that I don't like the class or the class fantasy or the abilities or its capability to do damage. This is just a personal thing with me. I am just not good at melee. But I'm working on a Demon Hunter still. I very much enjoy playing it, but I'm sticking with what I do best, which is a caster, and I just absolutely love playing a Boomkin. I just absolutely love it. Now, I've been playing on a Warlock, a Boomkin, and a DH as at max level, and one thing I've noticed, and I'm going to make a video on this because I think this is very significant to what's going on in PvP right now, and that is it's very difficult to stand out. There is a tremendous amount of parity right now in PvP because everybody's got the same gear. And even if you're 40 or 50 eye levels higher, the way PvP is situated, that's only about a 4 or 5% advantage, and that's not really game-breaking by anyone's stretch of imagination. I mean, here I am on a Boomkin, and I have like 1 PvP talent, and I'm like a 6, 780 eye level, okay? and I'm competitive. I'm very, very competitive, and I don't even have a lot of artifact power. So I'm very, very competitive, and this is true for any given class. So that's a very good thing. I like that because, and I don't want to get into too much detail of this because I'm going to make a separate video on this because I think it's very, very significant. Because in the past, there's a reason why your killing blows are up there. There's a reason why your damage and your heals are up there. Because that's how people used to measure success. Now, granted, it's not 100% accurate of someone's contribution or someone's success in a battleground, but that's why it's there. It's the scoreboard, and that's how they kept score. So with all these changes, I think there needs to be a different way of keeping score, someone's contributions in a battlegrounds. Things need to change as well, and I have a few ideas about that, and I'm going to make a separate video on that, so enough on that. But boy, there's a lot of ally here. I feel very safe. I really do. I feel very safe. And I have this urgent need for lasagna for some reason. Thanks for playing, Mr. Rogue. I plan to do a Boomkin guide. But now I'm having second thoughts because from my experience in BGs, I've been seeing demon hunters, I've been seeing hunters, fire mages, really wreck it in damage. They've been at the top of the charts, not head and shoulders above everybody else, but they've been at the top of the charts. And I don't see other Boomkins at the top of the charts. Now, when I played a Shadow Priest in WoD, sometimes there were BGs with other Shadow Priests, and they did pretty much as well as me, sometimes a little better, sometimes a little bit worse. But the fact of the matter is, Shadow Priests in general did very well. I don't see other Boomkins doing well. So I'm kind of hesitant to start pointing out my chops and my secrets here. I really am. But if you guys bang this with a hell of a lot of likes, if you guys share this video, I will certainly make a Boomkin PvP video because there are a few tricks that I'm throwing out there. One of them I kind of gave up, which is just root everything in sight. It's particularly melee. Just root everybody and everything that you most possibly can root. But there are a few other tricks that I'm not going to get into in this video as well. So be attuned to that. Boom! I mean, the big hitting ability is Full Moon. Because you have New Moon, you have Half Moon, both of which do half damage, but they generate what you need, Astral Power. And then Full Moon can smash you. I mean, it can hit in PvP upscales of 800k. Literally just blast people out of existence. It's like Space 1999 where the moon just blows up out of orbit. Now that's an old reference, and I'd be absolutely amazed if anybody knows anything about Space 1999. It's an old show. I was a kid when that show was even just past its inception. But I'm curious, how many people have ever heard of Space 1999? Leave it in the comments. I'm curious to know. But we're doing pretty well here. It's been pretty much ownage. I mean, we have one base. They have 2. 1,000 to 800. And it looks like we're being flag hogs, which is okay. In a close match, a flag matters in this BG. In a match that's not necessarily close, the flag is kind of irrelevant. All it's going to do is expedite the win for the team that has 3 bases, basically. But no, now we got 1 base to 3. And I'm getting aggro from somebody. Oh, I love this Boomkin. And I have to thank Failed Wizard for putting it in my brain that I actually could get this moose mount, because I'm not a big PvE guy, you guys know that, and I was thinking I wanted this mount from day one, but I'm thinking to myself, nah, I'm going to be a liability in any raid that I do, especially a heroic raid, not having the gear. Especially since my account was wrongfully suspended for 6 months. My tunes were undergeared. They weren't even in full conquest at that point. So I was like, oh, but he kind of helped me out getting it and kind of put it in my head that I can get this mount. And then finally, last couple of days, right before Legion hit, I got the mount. I got the moose mount. And it's absolutely perfect for a druid. It's even pretty good for a hunter. It kind of works with the fantasy with that too. So I'm very happy for Failed Wizard helping me out, putting that in my head, because now that I'm playing a Boomkin, very, very happy that I have a moose. I love mooses. I mean, if I'm Sarah Palin, I probably want to kill one, but I'm not Sarah Palin, so that's the way that works. And that took forever to kill that demon hunter. But I've been having an absolute ton of fun. I literally sat there from like 10 in the morning to like maybe 8 o'clock at night just playing BGs on my Boomkin the other day. And I had other things to do. I wanted to make a video for you guys. I had responsibilities to my nieces. I promised to take them to a movie. It turned out that one of them hurt herself in gym, so she wasn't able to go. But the fact is, I also had responsibilities for work, and I just blew it all off just to blast people as a Boomkin. Boom! Speaking of blasting, have a nice flight, Mr. Demon Hunter. There's enough. How many Demon Hunters are in this BG? There's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only, all right, 5 Horde Demon Hunters. Yeah, I'm doing all right. But it's been a hell of a lot of fun. Oh, now we have 0 bases. That's not good. Oh, we got the flag, though. So what class are you guys playing? What are you finding interesting? Because one thing that I've noticed with the introduction of Legion is that Blizzard managed to seriously fuck up certain classes. But they also managed to make more classes good, more classes fun. So in other words, if you're a guy like myself and you've been playing a Shadow Priest since Wrath of the Lich King, whether it's a main or an alt, but you've been playing it since Wrath of the Lich King, and Blizzard steps in and absolutely completely fucks up the class, doesn't matter, because Boomkin is a hell of a lot of fun. Fire Mage, hell of a lot of fun. Unholy DK, hell of a lot of fun. And I'm gonna do what's fun. So if you guys are gonna be upset that there's gonna be a very limited amount of Shadow Priest videos unless Blizzard fucking fixes the class for PvP, blame Blizzard, don't blame me, because I am not gonna play what is not fun for me. And here's my point. Here's my point. I mean, a lot of times in new PvP videos, older PvP videos, I've seen people running around, right? And just not optimizing their class. And one thing that makes you more inclined to optimize your class is if you find your class fun. If you find the class fun, you're going to optimize it. You're going to find a way to make it work. I could certainly sit here and, no, not good, gotta run, sorry. No, I don't want to join that party. I don't want to join that party. I'm going to stay here. Bye-bye, Mr. Warrior. You're going to die soon. Thanks for playing. But it's like if you find something fun, you're going to find a way to make it work. If you don't find it fun, you're going to find something else that works. That's just human nature. That's very true for WoW. And I don't find Shadow fun anymore. And I'm sure there's ways that people are going to make it work. But I've been very inclined to do things solo. Here I am, playing a Boomkin. I don't have any pocket healers. I don't have anybody in my group setting up kills. And I'm doing pretty well. The point is, certain classes are built for being solo, and certain classes, you need a little bit of help. And that's the case that Shadow has always been in, especially when it comes to Arena, and now I pretty much feel it's the same thing. So, Boomkin videos, tons of them coming soon. I have another one that I recorded, Eye of the Storm, where I was raging, and I'll upload that within a week, I'm sure. Warlock videos, coming soon. Maybe even DK videos. But thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Luxeley saying, have a great one.